Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done.
That's right, kids. He's back.
Did you miss me?
Every shot so far. All right, kids, welcome back to another episode of Unlimited Justice, your Justice League, your Justice Society podcast. And yes, sorry, no Salty and Petty this week. We'll be back next week.
Don't worry, I'm all revved up for anti-late stage capitalism rants. And if you enjoy that kind of thing, you should definitely head over to the Capes and Lunatics main feed and listen to Full Stream Ahead.
Oh yes.
Shameless plug? What is going on here?
All right, kids, we had to talk boobs tonight, okay?
Boob window or lack thereof.
Oh, we'll get there. I have thoughts. All right. So yes, we're back to talk a bunch of new issues, a lot of new number ones. After William and I on your sabbatical talked 2 weeks of Flash, and then we had to resurrect 2 episodes of Comic Capers to talk Tom Strong and some Warren Ellis.
Good to see some classy things happening while I'm gone.
Yeah, classy. See. Yes, there's even a link to his dissertation in the Warren Ellis episode. So
nice.
All right, so yeah, there was a bunch of of course,
stuff happened while I was gone.
Daddy says we have a new mommy now.
Oh no, is Sarandon?
No, her name is
Julia Roberts.
No, her name is Justin.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Could have left you in better hands.
I told you he was gunning for your job. He was making Seinfeld references and oh jeez.
Back in your lane. Ass bats boy. Back in your lane.
Oh. All right, so yes. Where should we start? The oldest thing I have sitting here, so maybe we should start there. Is did you pick up Fire and Ice #1?
I did. I have thoughts.
Okay, well.
Not good thoughts, so I'll let you go.
Oh,
I mean, it's not bad. It's just,
why are we doing the Smallville thing?
Yeah. Like, baby, like, there's only one person that can do Smallville.
Were we to, was this comic trying to do, what was that, The Simple Life with, Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie? Is that what we were trying to do here?
I think so. The art was good though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I was like I really enjoyed the art. But
and all you comic people, it's too late to start pandering to Charlie Esser now. I mean,
exactly.
Ambush Bug at the end, I was like, oh my god.
No, that was my favorite thing though.
Honestly. I know. I'm like, Superior Spider-Man.
If he could have just held on just a little longer.
Exactly. Superior Spider-Man, Ambush Bug. I mean, this would have been his year, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I like Smallville. I like the concept of Smallville. Obviously, it's my favorite Superman TV show. But it's like small town, big trouble. Like the wall of weird has been weird forever, you know?
I know. It's like
they're not really adding anything new to the atmosphere, to be quite honest.
And it's like, how much are we going to throw on Ma Kent here? Because, you know, she's in this book, and then she was in the backup in Action Comics this week because, you know, they have Connor living with
I think they're getting ready to kill her off, personally.
Nah!
You know, when somebody shows up too much and they start getting a good story in the TV show, you're like, oh, snap, they're about to kill them.
I don't know. They give her the Aunt May treatment. They're slowly de-aging her, too, so.
I mean, when you're played by somebody that's not that old in a movie, that tends to have that effect, you know? Marissa Tomei, the Marissa Tomei effect, if you will.
Oh yes.
Ma Kitsch be 90 years old, and that's all I have to say about it.
I mean, Smallville, you mentioned Annette O'Toole.
Well, Annette O'Toole.
Hello.
You know, original Lana Lang. So, a real redhead. I'm just saying.
Whoa!
No tea, no shade. I love me some Kristen K. Don't get it twisted. But I said what I said.
Oh, it's supposed to be a ginger, damn it.
But yeah, like I said, I like the art. The dynamic, I think, is going to take some time to grow on me. Their costumes, not a fan of just yet. Like, it's a little too early 2000s. Like, they might as well have a hoodie, I guess.
We're always trying to update, it seems, and it's like sometimes you don't need to reinvent the wheel, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes you can just go back to the original thing. It's fine. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. People call things a classic for a reason because it works.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm interested to see where it goes.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I don't think Smallville's the place for them. I don't. And I hope there's, like, a reason for it. Like, I can't really see the reason for them being in Smallville. You know,
I guess they wanted to be away from superheroes, but once again, it's like...
I mean, is it like Central City in Iowa? Like, just saying?
And again, it's like, I'm sure they're not going to play it up in this book, but it's like Connor is living with the Kents, so it's like...
Yeah, that's what I was like. Poor Connor. He is getting the Wally West treatment.
Well, yeah.
I hate when people call Connor a clone. He's not really a clone. He's a
love child.
Exactly. Not sure who's paying child support to whom, but there you go.
Well, Lex is the billionaire.
Yeah, but Lex has Connor and treats Connor better than Clark, quiet as it's kept, so...
Well, he has his own son now.
Yeah, true. But...
And again, like with many characters, New 52 really effed him, too.
Yeah, he's practically the Jason Todd of the freaking super fam.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's a whole thing. So it's like, did we really need to add 2 extra characters to the peripheral of the super family? Like, honestly, I'm only interested in what they're doing with Power Girl. Like, I'm just gonna be real. That's the character that needed the most focus and retooling and, tender love and care. And it's like, well, I mean, I get it. Like, I don't want to like harsh anybody's mellow or anything, or say somebody doesn't deserve a job. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to figure out where they fit in the pantheon of DC characters and what's their purpose. Like, I love that they're a female duo, and we do definitely need more female-led books. I mean, more so on the Marvel side. I feel like DC, we tend to have a lot. They don't stick around for very long, but unless you're Wonder Woman, and that's just kind of a political thing at this point. We'll get there. But no, like, if I'm in the mood for some wacky fun, I'll pick up the second issue. I'll give it 3 issues.
Yeah.
But like Smallville, it's just because I love Smallville, and I've always Superboy has always been that sticking point in the Superman mythos, whether it's in TV or the comics, where it's just like, you got to make up your mind. Was he actively saving people and had a cape and flying around or not, man?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's a really great backdrop, to really humble your characters and,
Yeah.
I'm curious to see the point of Smallville for these 2 characters.
And I mean, is the new formula kind of small town, especially after like Stargirl and stuff? That's a
good point.
New formula.
But honestly, almost all DC big cities are actually kind of small cities. Like Metropolis was originally Cleveland. Like, no tea, no shade to Cleveland, but just saying. And then it was in Delaware. Canonically, it's in Delaware. Like, until somebody proves otherwise, because of that one map. So it's like,
again, if it's not Metropolis, Gotham, or even New York, is it really that big?
Exactly. Like everybody's always like, you have LA, you have New York, and then everybody's like, what about Chicago? And I'm like, what about Chicago?
I need the mood for pizza. Who cares?
So
Actually,
yeah, it's weird. It's like, you know, even like Star City had its appeal, but then like they didn't really go anywhere with it.
well, yeah, and then after during like the Grow years, they moved Oliver out of Star City, so then
Yeah.
that's kind of
Specifically. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, if the backdrop serves a purpose, that's fine. But if it's just to like give my kids some time before they offer, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it.
I don't think they're gonna offer. I mean, they've gone back and
They're gonna give us a Martha scene in the comic books. Mark my words.
Why'd you say that name?
I almost guarantee. Like I don't trust DC anymore, man. I
Don't you
just
think they've
don't.
learned their lesson? Because I mean, they've killed the Kents off a few times, and they always come back. You know.
Yeah. And I'd rather both of them be alive, to be quite honest. You know.
Yeah.
I much prefer that dynamic, but we'll see. We'll see. My Kent's got her hands full all around for sure.
I mean, if nothing else, I think DC
You
has
know,
learned.
honestly, I wouldn't mind a limited series of like Ma Kent. It for my supernatural fans, it would be like that episode where Bobby, who is like this peripheral character, he's like the boy's adoptive dad. Like, you know, he's just a side character. We never really see what he gets up to, and they give us a glimpse of the day in the life of what he deals with, like fielding like all the other hunters' calls, like actually seeing the boys from a different perspective, parental perspective. I would kind of take that for just a limited series. Like, I think the Lois Lane book did really great too. So I'm the person that wrote that could write Ma Kent. I think that would be great.
Maybe they're gauging that. Maybe that's why she's showing up all over the place.
I really think that they really thought like, oh, it's kind of like it's Morbin time meme. Like, no, dude, it's a meme. We're joking. It's not a great scene, but Ma Kent is a great character. So
yes,
that is the difference.
And again, we've harped on it over and over, but I did get this from an expert in the industry, Solid in a Med, to check out the the new episode. If you want any kind of character to appear, fire and ice, whoever, you got to vote with your dollars, kids.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, but they just kind of plucked them out of obscurity, so I feel like maybe there is a plan. Like I don't know what that plan is, but like it's just so random. It's like I know the 80s and 90s are back, but that is obscure. But
unless we're gonna set up a new Justice League International or something, I don't know.
I'm down, but you know who has to write it? So.
Oh, DeMatteis, yeah, please, yes.
So if that's where we're going, because they kind of do, like, I feel like if the next issue mentions Guy Gardner, we're totally gonna get a Justice League International. Like, if we get like 2 or 3 more references, it's happening. It's set in my mind.
And even if it's Ted Cordon and Jaime Reyes, it's like, then you can mention Blue Beetle. So, they love to cross promote and be like, oh, hey, there's a Blue Beetle movie. Hey, there's
Blue Beetle. They want to brush that Blue Beetle movie under the rug. It did better than they thought, but and that pissed people off because they didn't promote it. So they were kind of in a catch-22. It's like, oh, it's the first all Hispanic-led superhero movie cast, and this is how you're going to do us. And I kind of agree with it. And, like, James Gunn obviously lied about the... well, I guess we'll have to see, but I'm pretty sure he lied about it. Like, we're never going to see those characters again. Not a part of his universe.
I mean, maybe not their own. Maybe not.
They didn't do enough money. I mean, they did decent, like more than most people expected, but still not enough.
You think
the Flash still made more money than them? I think.
Yeah, just because I mean, I hope so. Just the amount of promotion they poured into that damn Flash movie.
I would have preferred Blue Beetle make more money than the.
I would. Yeah. Just for the Ezra. Yeah.
Just for the sake of things balancing out in the universe, but yeah. I mean, it's cute. It's quirky. And I don't know that I'm in the mood for cute and quirky right now. But like I said, since it's a female-led book, I just kind of like feel the need that I'm just going to have to pick that up. Because I don't want to give them the wrong signals, especially if you know who the president of DC is. That guy's a total tool. Like, he'll use any excuse to like off a female character, person of color. So,
Oh, did I see an article just today? I saw a headline. Is the Dio out there like screaming there's too much wokeness in comics anymore?
Well, you know who he's friends with, so 2 people actually.
Oh, well, yeah, a business partner. Is that who you're saying?
Yes, and then the other one is the mascot for Signal of Doom.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes.
But
So
I think he's just trying to fit in. Like honestly, I just feel like he's just trying to fit in and make the news. Like I think all publicity is good publicity, but like I don't think he actually feels like that.
fast.
I mean,
Somebody's
it's
trying to
like
somebody's
disingenuous.
trying to
No, I'm saying disingenuous wokeness. I totally agree with
yeah.
just doing it for the sake of doing it, but making it bad and not putting any love and care into it. I won't say what movie I'm referring to because I'm not supposed to have seen this movie, but it's a Marvel movie, so
What?
you can just figure that one out.
Pirating, eh?
Not even pirating. It was against my will. I'll just put it to you that way.
But it's something that's not out yet.
Yeah.
Oh, so lots of wokeness, or fake wokeness, are you saying?
Yeah, it's fake. It's fake. It's disingenuous. It's like if people have just corrupted that word, they don't even really know what it means. They don't understand. It's not a bad thing. Like it's just the way that they go about it and force it down your throat and just expect you to be okay with it, even because it's a bad story. Like you're just supposed to go with it. Annoys me. It's like this would be so cool if they actually had somebody that wrote it that cared. I feel like some of that stuff, some of that Marvel stuff, I'm not gonna say which was. I feel like AI wrote it. I do.
Shut up and just lay there.
Like I'll just say like the last like 2-3 Marvel movies. I feel like yeah, it's like that South Park AI episode. I see you. I know not all human. It wasn't an all human writing cast. So
And then the characters all day Marvel reassemble.
exactly.
Oh,
Steve Rogers said Avengers Assemble, and we all cheered and wept openly, you know?
Okay, this book wasn't on my list originally, but now where we mention it, it's struck in my head. You know what I dropped after like, was it like 2 or 3 issues? I was just kind of bored with it. That Hawkgirl book.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it is. I just felt like something was just.
Because you were waiting on Hawkman. Yeah, misogynistic.
No,
fuck.
I know. Oh, she's back, kids. No. I was here. Oh, trust me. No, I'm here for it.
Hawk woman or Hawk girl, whichever iteration, is the superior Hawk person. I'm just gonna tell you that, including Hawk and Dove. They can both suck it too.
But no, I just
Titans. I said it.
Oh, that show again. They start out every season starts out okay, and then they go completely off the rails by the end of the season. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just like it's not Hawkman. It's just I don't know. It's just.
I think they took too long to get to the point. I think it got pretty good, but it took too long to get there because we're writing for their trades.
That and that what was that character's name? Galaxy. It seems like it's her book, and like Hawkgirl's almost like a guest star in her own miniseries or whatever.
Hey man, people got to make their shekels. Like I can't even get mad about it the way the industry is. I can't even get mad about it. But like, yeah, make the character like make it a little more sneaky, a little more subtle. I totally get what you're saying. But and yeah, their dynamic wasn't even that great. But I stuck it out, and it's pretty good. But like, it's still kind of slow.
Yeah.
The problem is like they brought back Hawkgirl because she is a popular character. They do need more female-led characters, but I feel like they didn't actually have a story for her. Like they just said, just put a book out, figure it out.
That's what I'm saying.
Whereas like Power Girl, which we'll get to in a moment, and even Wonder Woman, like the kind of rejudging of Wonder Woman, they have a point. Now, do I like that point for one of those books? Sure. The other one, maybe not so much.
Oh, all right.
So, but like they have a point. Like I can tell that the writer pitched the story specifically for Power Girl. I can tell that writer has been thinking about it.
Leah Williams, yeah. Well, again, I mean, she's been writing the Power Girl backups in Action Comics. Then we got that Power Girl special in May.
Yeah,
so,
like I feel like she really advocated to be the Power Girl person for this decade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she had a plan, and she's like, I know what I want to do with Power Girl. Whereas Hawk Girl is like, well, she's popular, and maybe we'll have a cartoon again, and then that cartoon fell through. I'm just saying, maybe that's what it is.
So how many variants did you get of Power Girl #1, Lil?
Yes.
All of them? Okay.
They're gonna 2 actually, because I'm gonna frame 1 set. I really enjoyed them.
Oh, you got 2 sets.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I
Oh,
mean, I haven't been buying as many comic books, especially on the Marvel side. So, like, I had some extra cash to spare.
I should hang some of the ones I've been getting because I did get the shiny junk in the trunk version.
Yeah, that's my favorite actually.
Yeah,
It's simple, but like it really stands out. Like they didn't have to do a lot to really speak volumes. You know what I mean?
it's
And
very
it's
great.
shiny.
Yes.
You know, crow brain. Ooh, pretty shiny.
That's like I got this, and then a few weeks ago I got they put out like the shiny cover version of Amazing Spider-Man 300. So
Yeah, they got me too. Damn
so
it, Marvel got me too.
so I gotta start hanging. I guess I should start hanging the shiny ones in the back here. But I mean, yeah, this cover's great. I just wish maybe it had a cape or something. But
See, I've always had a complicated relationship with Power Girl's costumes. I actually like the pants, whereas like it's not like I feel like it's not a big as controversy like when Wonder Woman had the pantsuit, right? Like I feel like that's just kind of like a evolution of her character, and I feel like in 2020, in the year of our Lord, 2023, maybe she doesn't need a boob window.
maybe, and again, it's like that was my point. I was like, it almost seems like maybe it's just artists, whoever, certain artists.
It was like a literal thing of neglect for that character that
Oh,
they finally noticed when they were, like I totally get where they're coming from. It's a little kind of found like when you think about it, like as a kid, it's funny, but like as an older adult, this is a character you really truly love. That is a little disrespectful that they were just like. Oh, they check in and boing, oing, oing, oing.
Yeah, they just
They're
kept
looking like
getting
Captain America's titties drawn by he who shall not be named. Like,
And again, like I said, I don't know if it's just the artist or maybe just changing societal things, but it just seems like our focus is shifting away from her chest and like going to her ass almost. Yeah.
Call it the Kim Kardashian effect.
Oh.
And even she got her BBL taken out, so
And I blame it all on all you damn kids who don't want to look your lovers in the eye anymore. And
that's overrated. Plus, COVID's back. Stay safe, kids. Keep doing it doggy style. That's little Hellfire's life pro tip. He's on the floor. Justin, get up. Press your medical life alert button. Get up.
Oh my lord. Little thing. Look at your lover.
That's just asking too much at that point, man.
Look at your lover in the eye, knowing their name. These are highly overrated things.
Time wasters, I tell you, time wasters.
I'm sorry, Justin, but you are a poser compared to this little Hellfire. You act like you're all about all these biscuits, but I know you are in a loving, committed relationship. You've been with your boyfriend.
He's got the big special biscuit.
Yes, exactly. Oh, yes, but yes. You're in a committed relationship. No, this little Hellfire talks the talk and walks the walk,
Hey, man, you only live once.
And by walk, I mean walk away once the deed is done. Hail.
But yeah, let's talk about Power Girl, because
yes,
I mean that's kind of why we kind of decided to do this episode initially. So
I think one of our previous episodes we did because that Power Girl special came out. I almost feel like
yes,
the Power Girl semi-regular podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe once a quarter.
Like you showed the cover, but like, oh my god, I couldn't believe they actually did so many covers. Like,
I mean,
I like Power Girl, and like she's like an ephemeral idea, right? Like every like it's like a cycle almost. It's like, oh, we should do some Power Girl, but what are we gonna do with her? Oh, let's team her up with Harley. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do that.
And again, I mean, okay, you're just gonna roll your eyes at this, but it's almost like the Ben Reilly effect. It's like stuff you can't do with Supergirl, you can do with Power Girl.
No, I totally agree. Although they don't really take that into consideration with Ben anymore, unfortunately.
Well,
they totally should. Maybe this will give them an idea that, like, hey, it's okay.
Exactly.
It's your variant. That's what variants are for.
Yes. Exactly.
A lot of people actually didn't like it, but like they can suck it. I think they don't like that a woman's writing it. Like, I think that's a different perspective. Like the old school Power Girl fans, I I think it's a
Oh,
different
yeah.
perspective that they're not used to. Like I think people weren't even probably reading the backup, like the people that I saw complaining. Just like, bro, grow up. This is actually a pretty great story.
It is a great story. I wonder why we're changing her secret identity name again.
Well, Karen's not a great name anymore.
Oh, okay.
And she's got the blonde haircut too, you know, like let me speak to your manager haircut. Like, no, I really feel like they're like, end of an era. Karen's gotta go.
Got it. You're right. Yes.
I honestly feel like that's what it was. But Paige?
Or again, they try to explain it away. You know, Power Girl Page. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's a tech researcher raising money for sustainability. So I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, Harley, but I'm kind of maybe shipping her with Poison Ivy already. G. Willow Wilson, where are you, baby girl? I need this, please.
Power Girl and Poison Ivy. Oh,
stay off my hard drive, Phil.
Slow down. Talk slower.
I'm just saying. I think like that was what like kind of clicked in my head. I kind of really dig that because
I mean, you want to make Ray a lifelong DC fan. I mean, come on. Power Girl and Poison Ivy power couple, and of course, you know, the other things.
Batman, my favorite character.
Philip!
What?
The chance is never zero.
I was gonna say, come on.
But also, like, she's a doctor too. So, like, and we always forget that both Harley and Pamela are like literally PhD level doctors.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. So that putting a focus on her mind as well. There's a lot. Like I said, I feel like Leah was like, yeah, no, we're gonna fix some things. It's time to bring Power Girl into the 21st century.
Yeah. I mean,
now this is what I mean by being woke in a good way. Like it's subtle. It's things that make sense for the evolution of the character.
But they even did that back in the day. Like she had her own company. You know, she's running her own like tech company and stuff.
Yeah, but that tech company was giving Iron Man.
Yeah, sure. Well,
not necessarily Greenpeace. So.
I don't think a lot of comic writers back then knew like big business. They're just like, oh, okay, sits in a boardroom. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I like the update. I think this is how you modernize a character. I think this is how you kind of you know, if you want to detract from the whole history of things, this is like a good way. And we start with a charity event, and I'm just like, it's giving Hellfire Gala without, you know. And I think maybe that's why they had all the variants too. Like, you know, one company does something, and then the other company's like, how can we peripherate that for ourselves?
Oh, I know you're not reading the Iron Man and White Emma Frost thing, but yeah, it's a sham marriage.
Of course it was. The Steelworks and A Better Earth for Tomorrow. So.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what? We're doing that. I think we're gonna bring in all the bastards of the Super Family. I think that's what this book is gonna do.
Wow.
So like, I'm talking like Steel, everybody.
Why can't I think that's just a mini series, but why can't we get a Steel ongoing?
Let's not push it. I don't want this to go back to like post Death of Superman where there were just too many people running around with the S on their chest. Like, not a fan. But like miniseries, I'm totally good with. I'm like, yeah, if you have like if you have a point that you want to make, you know, 5, 6, maybe even 12 if it's a super good idea. But I don't need any more ongoings in the Superman. We need to get Superman back to basics. Like he's been, you know what I mean? Like once we get him fixed, then we can worry about everybody else. And I'm down for it. But like right now.
Yeah. I mean, we've discussed it. I mean, are they there?
An electric mullet?
Are they? Well, I mean, you and me even. I mean, we're just, they're on the
I was just trying to give you a plug. So.
Oh, yes. The Superman podcast. Yes. Oh, it's it's becoming quite the sausage fest over there because, seems like Mr. James Cole may be joining us from time to time. I know Connor McKenna wants to join us in an upcoming episode, so it's going to be quite the sausage fest over there.
Don't make me come break it up.
Oh, you're welcome whenever.
But yeah, I think Leah has been doing a great job. Like I really actually didn't like the backups. I felt like they were too short, and like also I just wanted more pages of Superman because that's what I read Superman books for.
And I mean, are we trying to give her own identity? Because, you know, they kind of like play with her powers a little bit after Lazarus Planets. It's like, Do we need to do that?
Listen, I don't know, but I'm down for it, and it's just so funny because like the auction had like all those Atlantean art, then it was like space pirates. I was like, somebody wrote this for me.
Exactly.
Pirates art.
So yeah, I thought that was really funny.
So
And then like that heart to heart, and I'm just like, I felt like he was scolding her, and I did not like that.
yeah, that's the
Like, baby, isn't she technically older?
That's the thing. Her and like the Fire and Ice thing, it's like it's almost like the Peter Parker effect, where it's like we can only let these characters progress so far, and then like I don't know if they try to keep them young, they gotta like kind of like degress them like personality. You know, it's like it's like they've been around for how long, but you act like these people are just like
When they can't make up their mind whether Supergirl should be 16 or 30, yeah, it's a problem.
yeah. And then again, too, it's like, well, however, Supergirl's age slides, Power Girl's age slides too, because
Yeah.
uh,
He's like, hey, can you go to South America? There's a lethal virus. I would have just like, it's probably just Bane and his venom, bro. I'm not going down there.
no, it originated from Earth too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, I think it's just Bane. I'm not gonna go.
Oh man, poor Bane. But I did hear, I heard somebody at work saying how he's been watching Harley Quinn and he loves that version of Bane. I'm like,
yeah. Everybody loves that version.
I am the pasta maker.
You know, would have been even funnier if they actually had Tom Hardy do it. I think if they would have asked him, he would have totally done it. No shade to the I like the voice actor, but like I think that would have been even more hilarious because he totally would have done it.
I'm surprised Bane didn't meet Tom Hardy in this series.
Just wait.
But
it'll just be Clayface. We all know it'll just be Clayface.
Alan Tudyk's like, yes, give me more work. All right. Okay. Since you mentioned it, should we talk Wonder Woman #1?
Yeah, let's do it.
So what are you feeling about this Tom King thing?
I will say that I was very surprised that they chose Tom King to write Wonder Woman. I don't mean that like in a bad way or a good way. He did do Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and I guess that's what probably kind of sparked that talk. It was the best that I could tell. But I don't know. I was hoping we would get back to basics, especially with that glimpse of her daughter and stuff. You know, like I'm more interested in that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But not like it's okay. But like Wonder Woman has never been overtly political. It's always been pretty subtle, I guess. And more like for like, you know, like when it comes to like feminism and stuff, like you can call it like, if you want to call that being overtly political, sure, fine. But like actual like politics, like they've kind of steered away from it. And I don't know. It's weird.
I know. And then it like affects.
But like he does that. That's Tom King's thing. Like he loves that espionage, that spy work, you know, that spycraft kind of thing.
I don't know.
And I feel it infiltrating into Wonder Woman. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet. So I'll just give it a thing. But I just will say it is a marked difference from every other Wonder Woman story of the decade, I guess.
I'm just wondering after the last run if they were like trying to be more grounded. So it's like we're gonna do the
this is what I mean by like, you know, wokeness not being put to the best use, I guess. Like at this point, America doesn't need a mirror. We're all pretty pissed off. And we're getting ready to burn the country to the ground one way or another. So it's like, you got to read the room on that one. Like Wonder Woman, like Superman hasn't been the hope-inspiring thing, but Wonder Woman has like, despite like dying like 3 times in the last 3 years, she still manages to like kind of be a beacon and like, you know, she's the one that has her stuff together, believe it or not, in my personal opinion, out of the Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's just like, oh, you're gonna rip the rug from underneath me on that one too. And like I always said, they do need to shake up Wonder Woman one way or another, and this is definitely a way. Definitely interested. I think it's a great jumping on point. You really don't have to know anything that came before this, like anything. No. So this is literally the perfect jumping on point for anybody, which I appreciate. And like I said, Tom King has his fans and he has his idiosyncrasies that he likes to, do the narrative storytelling and stuff. So I see all that, and I think it's okay, but just not what I was expecting.
Again, I just wonder too if it's just like this first issue is a lot of setup, because it seems like there was more.
It was fun setup though. I will say
It was, yeah. But it was just like it was like Wonder Woman. It seems like a Wonder Woman's only like half the issue.
Yeah.
But
who do you think? Who do we think the mysterious Amazon is?
I don't know. It's a blonde, so
Allegedly.
well,
Are we saying it's
okay.
Cassie? Are we saying it's Cassie?
Oh, I don't know. It could be.
She's on that evil lasso of truth again.
You think it's somebody we know, or is it
No,
somebody?
it's definitely a new character.
Yeah.
Tom King's definitely getting hit. If we know anything about Tom King, he gonna do an OC character to get them shekels. He gonna do it every time.
Yeah. It's gonna be something like, I was supposed to be Wonder Woman,
Well, and we've been there, done that, but
yeah. Again, it's gonna be something like, oh, I would have won the contest if you had.
She cheated.
Exactly. Oh no! You used your royal privilege that this.
Ooh, oh. And it's funny because our mom didn't even want her to do it. So, I mean, if you're an OG fan, then you know.
but they'll still, be like, oh, you were the royal family. Of course, they just let you step in.
I think that would be funny.
She took our job.
She took your job. But I see a lot of people being more receptive to this for whatever reason than Power Girl, which I found very odd.
I know. I mean, I did see good things about this, but I'm like, yeah, like Power Girl should be getting some praise too.
Yeah.
Like Leah Williams, come talk to us. Hell,
Yeah.
Tom King.
I mean, like I said, it's a very Tom King book. However you want to take that, take that. I don't mean that in a bad way at all, but. Yeah. I don't want Wonder Woman being a spy again. Like, if he puts her in the white ninja suit, I'm going to have to go find him. Like, just be warned, Tom. If I see a Wonder Woman in a white ninja suit, or she gets depowered and has to use a samurai sword, we are going to fight, sir. I'm just know that. If that was your plan, you better write that course, because I will come for you.
Would the white suit be okay if she still had all her powers?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
But they can't look like pajamas.
Okay. I do like the art though. Was it Daniel Sampier? I do like this art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Remind me after this that we record about Daniel. I have something funny to say. It's work related, so I don't want to say it on air.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. No, the art is good. I'm surprised this didn't get the variant cover treatment.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the hell?
Power Girl got the bigger treatment than Wonder Woman. Yeah,
maybe that's why people feel a way about Power Girl secretly. I don't know.
I mean,
but I think more people were probably clamoring to do Power Girl because she's a character that's more fun, has less restrictions.
And are we pushing the superpowered blonde because of certain movies coming soon from the competition?
I don't think so. Nobody's really worried about the Marvels, babe.
I know, but I mean, or just competing with Carol Danvers in the comics or whatever.
Babe, Carol Danvers can't compete with not a single woman at DC.
I know, but again.
No, I'm being dead serious. Like, no, they're not worried about that. Like the comic book, sure, but the movie, they're not worried about that.
Oh,
Nobody's
yeah.
worried about that.
I'm saying maybe the comics, because,
even that's been kind of dwindling, so.
Well, I mean, and the Senti's in the middle of a Carol miniseries right now, and then that's gonna
hopefully jumpstart that back.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the interest has been kind of waning on. She listen, Carol Danvers had her day. I remember like good 2010s, all the 2010s. You couldn't go to a Comic-Con without a whole gangly gang of freaking Carol Danvers core people.
I think the MCU kind of damaged her brand, and it's just like
I agree.
I mean the only reason that I think Carol Danvers has any kind of popularity anymore is
it's been the writers, the comics.
I mean, you got to lay it to Kelly Thompson most recently,
Absolutely. Like I told you, even I picked up that book and gave it a go. Like I miss the old Miss Marvel. Like I miss the black suit. That's my Carol Danvers. I'm sorry.
I mean, any character got 50 issues and wasn't Spider-Man or X-Men or Hulk. I mean, come on.
That was a feat. And like I said, I enjoyed the writing and the interpretation, but I just don't like that character that way anymore. Like I like the rogue origin. I'm sorry, I do. I'm a classical kind of gal, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean Kelly Thompson even had Rogue show up a couple times.
Yeah, she did.
Because you know she loves that character. So.
Yeah. So that I think that was kind of like a mandate that they couldn't really, it was very tongue in cheek, but
oh yeah.
Flash.
I was gonna say, did you read Flash #1?
I read it just for you.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it's Wally.
Yeah. So what did you think, Cy Spurrier? Kind of building on what Jeremy Adams did, but like giving it like a more sci-fi horror twist.
Yeah. I mean, he's the redheaded stepchild, and it shows. That's all I'll say. Like, and I mean that in the best way. Like, I think that people are realizing like Wally actually has a fan base. Stop treating him like shit.
Well, yeah, because you think about it. I mean, they rebooted. They easily could have
been back to
rebooted the
Barry.
new series with Barry, but yeah, no.
But we're trying to get away from Barry.
Yeah, they went from one Wally series to another. So
yeah, I was kind of shocked. I thought we were gonna, and then I read this list. So I was like, oh, that's nice. Maybe they'll actually treat him decently this time. Because like the last 2 restarts has not been a good start for Wally. That's all I'm gonna say. But this one is good. I like it. There's a lot of history for Wally to live up to, and I like how they're like potentially gonna flesh that out and like actually like give him some meaningful emotional stories. Like I feel like every time they start to tell an emotional Wally story, it gets cut short with some damn speedster shenanigans.
Yeah. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for Cy Spurrier to bring up some Wally history because I just saw that last page and I was just like, are we gonna do him looking like the Porcupine Man? Are we gonna call back to that?
I feel like he's good. Then we're gonna dig in deep into that one. So I'm looking forward to it. Like Wally's first run got off to kind of like a rough start, but like it really did pick up in the middle and it really hit its stride and had some great stories. And I really would appreciate if some people would do some nods back to that. And instead of just him being the whipping boy. Anytime a crisis happens, he's the whipping boy. I'm sick.
Well, any Flash can be a whipping boy during crisis. But yeah, again too. Also, I mean, there were some good stories, but once Mark Waid picked up the book and stayed on it for years, that he got the attention he deserved because Waid just fan of the medium and just stayed there for years, created the Speed Force.
Exactly. Like they just listen. I say it all the time, and I don't mean any disrespect to the newbies, but they just don't make them like that anymore. They just don't.
Well, no. Again,
they're very rare and far and few between.
Again, in the 90s, you might have a writer who stayed 5-10 years. You don't get that anymore.
Yeah. Well, like I said, especially specifically for Marvel, it's the same with their movies, it's the same with their comic books. Our characters are the stars, not the writers and not the actors. Our characters. We can replace anybody we want to as long as we have these characters.
A brand.
And that's always been the plan. And that's unfortunate. And it's kind of killed cinema and comic books, in my personal opinion, a little bit because of that.
Okay, Scorsese.
He had a point!
I know.
I said it the first time he said it, and now everybody's back on the bandwagon like, well, yeah, Disney bad. MCU bad.
Lilith has a stake in this. Literally, she has a financial stake in Disney.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, it's better than having a stake in DC, I'll tell you that.
Oh!
Man, Warner Bros. Discovery, forget it. Like, I look at those stocks, and I'm just like, ooh, I made the right choice.
Well, I mean, I saw somebody saying it's like, during that writer's strike, they were just like, they were willing to take a bigger loss on those movies than actually like pay the people what they wanted, which was less than the loss they took.
That's always been the thing at Disney, quite as it's kept. So that's why, like I said, I feel like some of those movies were written by AI, and that's what sparked the freaking strike and stuff. Like,
everyone, I told you, everyone was up in arms because like they literally used AI to create the intro for the Nick Fury.
There's been more things, and it's gonna come out in like the next couple of years about what a lot of these studios were doing, which sparked people to have that strike. Like, it didn't come out of nowhere. Like, everybody's like, oh, that strike came out of nowhere. I'm like, no, it didn't.
No. And it wasn't just money and benefits. It was the AI thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like technology always outpaces the laws, and because laws are so slow to change because look at our government. Like, we're always about to be in a government shutdown. Every single freaking October.
Well, again,
for the last decade of my life, that's the threat. Oh, we've got to fix the payment debt ceiling. No, we don't. I've given you my tax money. What are you doing with it?
Well, again, yeah, everyone in the government's getting payoffs, and then two, not only that, when everyone in government's like 80 years old, they don't understand what AI is.
Exactly. I mean, not to be ageist, but like, babes, if you freeze up like an old freaking Windows 95 computer, maybe let's rethink retirement. Let's get some ages. I mean, there's like at a certain point they literally prove at a scientific point that your facilities start to go and maybe you shouldn't be running a country.
How invested are you in putting in infrastructure and
there's people that have like their granddad was a slave owner at this point, like not even being exaggerating, like no, you gotta go.
If you only have 5 minutes left on this planet, how invested are you?
And that's why they're taking the bribes from the oil companies, and that's why we don't have green energy the way we should, like most other civilized countries. Just saying. They can't all be Greta's, but whatever.
How dare you!
I like this take. I'm happy. I hope it keeps this up.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of rebuilding for Wally to do, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited about Wally. Like I know the last time you asked me about the Flash, I was like, wah, wah, but I'm actually excited now. So. But you'll always get excited with the number one for the potential and the hope of what it could be.
Yes.
That's kind of the point, I guess, is why they keep doing it and doing it. But like at a point you get fatigued. But I don't think I'm at that fatigue point just yet. But if they do it one more time, I might be. I don't need another Flash number one for at least 5 years, please.
Can we
get something to 100?
With most books in the big two, I mean, yeah, let's do.
We can't even get to 25 these days. It's getting sick.
That last series, Spider-Man didn't even get to 100. I mean, there's something wrong.
That's crazy. Now you know something's wrong with the industry when Spider-Man can't get to 100.
I mean, putting aside Action Comics and Detective, the only thing that's gone over 100 from the big two recently is Nightwing and
Batman. My favorite character.
Chances never. I was like, is that Ray? No, you mentioned Batman. He's still the viewer's still there, so it's not Ray.
I love Batman.
He's like, just for good measure to make sure it's not Ray.
Exactly.
No, I'm actually excited. It's so weird to be excited about a Flash book. Like I didn't think I was ever going to be excited about a Flash, anything to do with the Flash for a while. So.
Well, again, we're all just like, okay, the show's over, and let's sweep that movie aside, and yeah, let's just get back to business.
Tangentially, I just want to say I love how everybody's kind of catching up to my Stephen Amell hate train. If you noticed in the last couple of seasons, like I kept hearing things about Stephen Amell. I saw some things for myself as well, and so like I was like quiet about it, but like it was very obvious that like I wasn't on his side anymore, and so like it's always like when it came to like The Rock, and I was like, oh no, I don't like The Rock anymore. You guys will see in a couple years, you know. I'm glad everybody's kind of coming around to realize it.
They just canceled his show, right?
Like everything's back except for you damn scab.
Wow.
And I'm so disappointed in Drew Barrymore. Like you literally come from like an old like English family, like with traces to like royalty. Like you don't need the money.
I know. I'm like, doesn't Drew? I'm like, does
you were supposed to be the people's people, Drew?
Is that the problem? She just too.
Oh, yes.
Hello, Noel.
So yeah, it's a shame, but like it had to happen. So like I'm just glad that like hopefully the writers can the actors can get it together. So
yes,
and hopefully the video game like they don't have to go on strike to prove a point. Like, but that's an industry that needs to change, and if they have to strike for as long as they strike, I totally support them because it's terrible the things that they go through.
See, we're not even doing salty and petty. We're still getting your socialist rant. Noel, welcome.
It's not even socialist. It's just being a decent human being, and
you want to pay
people deserve equal pay. What they're worth.
You want to pay people what they deserve. How dare you?
A living wage.
You want people to get out of poverty, you commie.
Basically. But yeah, and honestly, I want the comic book people to get paid more too.
Oh yeah, I
Like
mean,
that way we could actually. I really feel like that's what is at the root of it. They don't want them to get too popular to be able to demand better wages. So if they keep people constantly cycling and having to do 2, 3, 4, 5 books just to get by, and then once they get that fame, they go and do creator own, and so they can start the cycle again. I really feel like that's the conspiracy theory right now in the comic book industry. And that's why I said, I'd mentioned to DG Chichester, like, now that you're kind of back in the public eye and you're doing more like cons and stuff, I would really like for him to reach out to like the new people and tell them like, hey, it wasn't always like this. I feel like they might need that. You know what I mean?
because there might be a few exceptions, but I'm like, name me a big name in the comic industry these days who doesn't have like their own Kickstarter thing going too.
Exactly. Like almost all the big people have their creator own stuff or like getting into that. And like that's great for them. Like I said, Colin Bunn, who I love his independent stuff more than I love his major stuff. That's saying volumes because his major stuff is really good. But like, yeah.
Well, yeah, most of them. I mean, well, of course, the creator and stuff's going to be better because there's no rules.
Restrictions. Yeah.
People aren't telling them what to do. Yeah. Again, next Chichester chats, we're going to talk to DG Chichester about his new Kickstarter, Axel's Infernal. There's going to be an upcoming Capes and Lunatics where we talk to artist Jeff Johnson. He's doing something. I think, did he say James Robinson he's doing something with?
Yeah,
So.
and I totally support that, and I love that the creator-owned space is like really opened up, and like the independent market, like with what Image started and Dynamite and all that stuff. It's really great to see, but like it's a shame that we couldn't change the big two so that change could just be for everyone across the board.
Did I see a statistic that like the big two are only like 9% of the market anymore?
Well, I mean, manga takes up most
Oh
of
yeah,
it
yeah.
now.
I think that was the thing. Yeah.
And like I said, Image Comics has really been a thorn in their side for quite some time, especially with Spawn hitting those big numbers, and they're really looking to make themselves a multimedia company now once they get that Spawn movie off the ground and things like that.
Oh yeah, and then they go with Kirkman. They're doing that Energon universe now, GI Joe, Transformers. So I mean, I see people are saying it's probably gonna be a big week for comics next week just because Transformers #1's coming up.
Yeah, a lot of people are excited about that. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then like just the resurgence of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all that stuff too. So
yeah, the big two better do something.
Yeah, they need to shape up. They do. I just I really honestly feel like that's the conspiracy. Like, oh well, we'll give them so much work, they'll be so overworked for so little pay that they're not gonna want it. They're not gonna be able to sustain it mentally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Marvel
make them move on.
Is Marvel testing the waters? Because I mean, we keep getting those miniseries set in the 90s, like Daredevil, Black Armor.
Bro, just go ahead and do it. Just reboot the freaking universe to the 90s and stay there. It's where it was safe and warm, damn it.
Exactly.
No, so serious. Like, I've just been thinking about, like, all my happy places are the 90s. Pizza Hut was the best in the 90s. Taco Bell was the best in the 90s.
Oh my God, early 90s Pizza Hut. Oh my God.
Like, it's a vibe. Like, the red glasses. Kids don't know today. Kids will never know. Reading 100 books for a $5 pizza. Kids will never know.
I know. Yeah, getting them stars on your badge. Yeah, you don't know.
So, like, yeah, I would be perfectly happy if both big two just said, you know what? We made a mistake.
Neon
we're going to reboot. We're going to keep it something. We're going to keep you safe and warm and tucked in,
I almost feel like we got to do another Salty and Petty on restaurants. Be like, you kids don't know 90s restaurants. Oh, 90s restaurants.
Oh, Chi-Chi's, baby. Chi-Chi's.
Oh, Chi-Chi's, yes.
I swear. I think it was like back in 2000 and must have been 11. I saw a Chi-Chi's. It was open. I don't know if they were like a Chi-Chi's that never closed or if it was like a time bubble. I passed it like so many times, and then it turned into a macaroni grill. And I was in Kentucky, and I was just like, because Kentucky's a little,
Mama macaronis!
A little behind on the time. So I was just like, oh, damn it. Like when I saw them building the macaroni grill, I was like, oh, I should have went in and saw if it was real, man.
I wonder if the company
got some fried ice cream.
Did the company just dissolve? The parent company just dissolved, and they're like,
that one franchisee.
If you guys just want to run by yourself, yeah, go ahead. But you're not going to have us. But yeah, if you just want to.
But it's weird. If you go into a grocery store, at least down in Florida, maybe Georgia too.
Oh yeah, I remember.
You'll see the margaritas and the mudslides.
Oh,
And I'm
really?
like, is this just old dead stock that we're drinking?
I know for a while, like they used to like sell like the salsa like in the jars
Yeah,
and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. I
Whether they
still
just
see it. I don't know.
unless they were doing they were the first ones to be like, yeah, we don't need that brick and mortar. We'll just sell everything online or in the stores. Yeah.
Not that their salsa was good. Sorry. I mean, this definitely made in New York City.
Sorry to a certain ex of mine if you see this. Yeah, no, Chi-Chi's is fine. No.
Chi-Chis are fine.
Heyo!
If you know, you know. But on that note, it was really great to be back talking comic books. We don't really talk comic books that much, honestly. I mean, we have
You don't like them.
we have like a whole dedicated show to like Batman and Spider-Man, but like I don't feel like there's like a lot of books we're talking about on a weekly basis that we don't already cover. So it's always nice to like, kind of just like do a number one roundup, see what we're excited about. I like this. Maybe next time a couple of number ones come out around the same time, we can do it again.
Oh yeah. And to remind me, I maybe I'll throw something out to you when we get off here.
Okay.
Hey, all right. So anything else, Little Hellfire?
No, just happy to be back and really just looking forward to digging back in. It is spooky season, people.
Woo. Oh, that's right. So yes, this will drop next week. So kids, yes, all this month in October, you'll be getting a bonus episode every week in October. We're opening the vault from our
unlike Disney, we're opening the vault.
from our pre-Capes and Lunatics days when me, Lilith, and Mr. Tyler Patrick did a Batman the Long Halloween special. So yes, you'll get 5 episodes in October. So Ray, you'll get double the Batman in October.
Oh boy.
Do we know?
No, the Long Halloween is a really good story though.
Oh,
Even if you're not a Batman fan, Tim Sales, man, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
that was his heyday too. He could not miss.
No. Oh yeah, he started doing it, and then he did all the Marvel specials, like the Spider-Man Blue and stuff. Yeah, Daredevil Yellow. Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
The 90s. Yeah, you
safe and warm. Everybody just spam Marvel with those 3 words. Tell them Capes Lunatics Sidekicks sent you.
Capes and Lunatics said to wrap us in that warm blanket that was the 90s, Marvel.
Just give me a cup of hot cocoa and a VHS. I'm good.
Some hot cocoa with some little tiny marshmallows in it. Yeah, pop in that VHS that you bought at Best Buy or rented at Best Buy. All right. So yes, kids. So eventually one day we'll get to some more Unlimited Justice. But next week, yes, you'll get more Salty and Petty. So you're welcome, though. But yeah.
Oh, what are we talking about on Salty and Petty next week?
Well, for the month of October, I'm glad you asked, Lilith Hellfire. Yes, we'll do a review of the original Crow movie.
Ooh.
And then after that, we'll do the Spawn HBO animated series.
Oh man, messed up. I love it.
And then we'll do. We were talking about doing the recent, like what's going on in the Spawn comics these days. We'll do that for an episode too. So.
It's Spawn season, baby.
Spooky content, kids. So yes, 1 Crow and 2 Spawn episodes, kids. So. All right.
Looking forward to it.
That's right. All right, kids. So, yeah, send us your thoughts on anything in the comics world, especially if you're a big creator who wants to talk to us. Or if you want to welcome back Lilith Hellfire with some dirty limericks, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614.
Send booze.
2737. Yeah, it's 2737, Lilith Hellfire. I edited that.
What did I say?
You said 2727, I thought.
Oh, did I? I thought it said 2737.
Then your little sycophant and Moz went, oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. You're my new Charlie Esser. No, it's not. That's not enough.
I could have sworn I said 37. I'm sorry.
She's so much smaller.
I was a little drunk, so yeah.
I was gonna say she's so much smaller than Charlie was, but she probably drinks at least as much, if not more, than he did. So
just a little bit more, just an honor, just gotta keep up.
The mouth, it's not even the mouth anymore. She just has the IV. All right. That's a
good idea. Can I do that?
Oh,
I know they do wine enemas, but I don't think I want to do that.
What's your blood type? Dark liquor.
Tequila.
All right, and remember, kids, you can always find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon, where once again, yes, you'll never know what you'll find on that Patreon. Lilith Hellfire's drunken ramblings about all the Heroes Reborn Marvel series from the 90s.
The first episode was the best, though. You gotta go at least listen to the first one.
Yes, well, Lilith will surprise you in some of those episodes. And then the last episode, you got me and Tyler Patrick reviewing the 1999 movie Mystery Men.
Nobody, Phil. Hey man, we should review Mystery.
No. We were trying to think of something. I was like, we were thinking about movies. I was like, Mystery Men, and Tyler was like, oh yeah, you know Tyler. He's like, oh yeah, let's talk about that.
No, that's a great movie, though. Really.
Spleen. All right, so find everything at tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right, Lilith Hellfire, it's been a while since these people have heard from you. Oh, you know what? The funniest thing, I think, was it might have been last week. I don't think she even listens or watches the full videos, but my mom's like, where's Lilith at? What happened to Lilith? I was like, she's on vacation. Settle down.
Aw.
Don't worry, your other child is fine.
That's funny. I'm back. But yeah, if you guys want to hang out with me on the interwebs, you better be a meta girly, because you can only find me on Facebook, Threads, and Instagram at your favorite internet granny. That's GRANNIE. Your mother's a whore.
Our whole family can suck it.
It's not Miller Mayhem May, okay?
It's always Miller May.
It's always Miller Mayhem May. Silly.
Exactly.
Lubricated eels are the best.
Oh my god, I forget what episode we were doing. We mentioned Frank Miller in an episode, and Justin was like, you could see him just sitting there waiting for me to hit the button. And I was like, he's like, I wondered how long it was going to take you to push.
You're like, I'm a little rusty. My bad.
Well, no, it was in the middle of a sentence. He was like, I was waiting. I'm like, okay. My popular. Oh, that's how I should advertise every episode the first week of October, because Phil's mom demanded it.
Yes, exactly.
Your mother's a whore.
Oh, Russell.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. Next week we'll get your weekly dose of salty and petty.
Unlimited rants.
Unlimited socialism. Noel's probably been going through withdrawal.
Don't worry, we got plenty planned for Salty and Petty.
Don't worry, even if we're talking like Crow and Spawn, Noel, I'm sure there'll be some socialist rants. I promise you.
I'm gonna put on the rant, Snuggie. Don't you worry.
All right, kids, come back next time. Remember, get yourself some busty justice.
Unlimited busty justice, apparently.
Or the butt.